Hello and welcome to our consumer guide for normal people, hosted by One Roof Financial. I'm Caroline Eburne, partner and mortgage and protection advisor. So welcome to today's podcast. We are going to be discussing what to look for in a mortgage advisor today. Many of you may not be aware that almost 70% of all mortgages are now done through a broker such as ourselves. So we thought it would be a really good idea to inform our listeners on what to look out for and key warning signs when they're choosing which advisor they want to appoint. So I suppose for us personally, we decided that we wanted to make sure that we gave everybody the opportunity to talk to an advisor without cost. So it was really important for us to offer every single person a completely free 30-minute advice consultation. So people can come to us and say, this is what I'm looking to do. Is it even possible? So it gives us the opportunity to speak to them and find out if what they're looking to do meets criteria. Because in today's very heavily regulated world, we have to make sure that all criteria points are met. So our 30-minute consultation is available to everybody. It's booked on the diary, so our client can have a dedicated 30 minutes of time with a qualified advisor. So that will be with either myself or with Lucy. And I suppose what we thought might be a good idea is not everybody's going to come to us at One Roof Financial. So we thought, let's give all of our listeners kind of the top tips on what to look out for when they're looking at deciding who they want to work with. So number one for me is free consultation. So are they expecting me to pay something to even get an answer? And if they offer a free consultation, then that just gives you the opportunity to get to know them and see if you like them. So key point number two for me is, do you like them? So did you get on well with them on the phone? Did you trust them? So were they so confident in what they were saying that you wholly trusted that they knew what they were talking about, that they're a professional in their field, and that they gave you that confidence that you could go to them and they would assist you in buying your dream home or creating your dream extension by raising money on your property?
Yeah, I think for especially for first-time buyers or movers as well, having a mortgage and moving, it's such a stressful and it's a really hard time for a lot of people. So to be able to trust your advisor, then that's really, really important, isn't it?
It really is, Lucy. And number three on my list is fees. Most mortgage brokers do charge a fee. That is because we are professionals. We want to dedicate that time in the diary. And the only way we can dedicate the hours of research that's needed and the hours of fact-finding that's required, that is why we charge a fee. And most other brokerages do. So if you are shopping around, first thing you need to ask is, do you charge a fee? So do you do a bit of a freebie, and then what is the ongoing fee after that? So do I get a charge every time? So if I remortgage every 2 years, am I being charged every 2 years? Or is it once and then you're on board? Yeah. So that is really, really important. Second to that is product range. So when you're ringing and you've said, do you charge a fee? You also want to know what product offering they have. So if you went to your own bank, which a lot of people do, so, I'm already with this lender, so I'm just going to ring them. They can only advise on their own products. So they have one lender. So whatever bank or building society you visit, they can only advise on their own products. So you're already missing out on potentially thousands of other mortgage products that might be better for you, that might be cheaper for you. There are then two other options for a broker, an advisor, such as ourselves. There are companies that have what's called a limited panel, which means that they have a select number of banks and building societies that they are allowed to advise upon. It does vary from company to company. Some might have 15, some might have more, less. And then the kind of biggest product range you can have is across the market, or as used to be known as whole of market. Even where your product range is from across the market, there's always the exception that there are going to be some deals that you cannot access as an advisor unless the customer goes direct. So it doesn't happen very often, but there could be an incredible deal with one particular bank or building society, and that is for direct customers only. So the customer must apply to them directly and not come via a broker. It is rare, as I say, but there is that odd occasion. So whatever your product range is, you've always got that limitation sometimes as to what you can do. But you really want to be going for the largest number of products from someone you trust with as an affordable fee as possible, and a fee that lasts as long as possible. And also as well, recommendations, a big thing. So at the end of our process, our clients get sent a questionnaire or a survey, and it always asks on there, would you recommend your advisor to a friend, family or work colleague? And a really good indication of advisors who are doing a really good job for their customers is, are they getting recommendations? So you want your clients to shout it from the rooftops that they've had a really good experience. We use our testimonials on social media, and we let people know what our clients think of us. There's also various other resources. So you can look at Google reviews, you can look at Facebook reviews. But I think as well, going on a recommendation, you're not then going in completely blind. You've had a client or a friend or a family member that says, I've been to these guys, they're really, really good. So again, as a snapshot, free consultation, do you like them, trust them? How much do they charge? When? Is it refundable? Do you have to pay again and again? What's their product range? So is it just their own products, or is it the widest range possible? And did they have good reviews? So I think in a nutshell, that is definitely what consumers ought to be looking out for.
Yeah, and like you say, there's just so many advisors out there now, and you need one that's going to meet your specific needs and to help you through the process. So, and with there being so many advisors, there are some that don't do a good job. So are there sort of any red flags that you would recommend the listeners look out for?
Definitely. I would say any advisor that puts pressure on you to make a decision isn't a good advisor. Everybody needs to be given ample time to reflect on what they're doing. It's a massive decision. It's a big step when you are getting onto the ladder for the very first time, or if you move into a bigger house. It's a lot of financial pressure. So if you have an advisor who keeps pestering you to sign up, they're definitely not the right advisor for you. You want someone who gives you all of the time you need. They don't restrict you. So they don't say, oh, I've done enough work for you now, I'm not doing anything else. You need someone to give you as much time as you need as an individual, and to act for you as the main priority, and not be thinking, that lender's offering a really good commission at the minute, that's the one I'm going to use. You want somebody who acts for you as the customer. Yeah. Also as well, is the advisor being really vague? So are they saying, I'm not sure if I can help you, I don't know, I can give it a go? Anything that kind of makes you think, I don't know if I trust them to actually do the job, or I don't think I could rely on them. That's a really good indicator to look out for. And I've heard clients who've come to me before who say that an advisor's trying to give them a recommendation before even getting to know them. So they're basically waiving an agreement in principle certificate from a particular bank without even getting to know the person and what's important to them. So I think, again, if you're being kind of rushed ahead and steamrolled into things, without feeling like they've listened to you and got to know about you and your family and your circumstances, again, that's a really, really big indicator.
Yeah, because they might be trying to get you in with a nice interest rate, but they don't actually know that they can get it for you yet, because you might not have done the interview. So, like you say, it's very important to be aware if they're just trying to get you in the door just to pay the fee, and then they say that they can't help.
Yeah.
So, offering products and interest rates before you've even spoke to them properly, how do they know they can get you that interest rate yet? So, something to be aware of for sure.
Definitely. And I suppose what I've been hearing even more of lately is people being forced to speak to a particular advisor just because the house they want to view is up with a certain estate agent, or it might be a new build with a certain developer. And they are using you have to speak to our advisor before we will even let you view.
Yeah.
Or you can't make an offer on a property until you've spoken to our advisor. You have the freedom of choice to choose your own advisor. No third party should steamroller you into using an advisor just because they say so. You should choose someone you trust. Choose someone that's been recommended to you. You shouldn't be forced into speaking to anybody you don't want to speak to. And I think that's a really big problem in our industry at the moment, is some companies are being a little bit naughty and are saying, well, you use our advisor and our solicitor and we'll put you carpets in your new build. But if you use your own advisor, you won't get those carpets. And I think there has to be some kind of law or regulation that's got to come in for customer protection, because you should have the right to use whoever you want to use, and you shouldn't be made to speak to anybody.
Exactly.
So that's something I've experienced quite a lot of late.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that needs to be addressed in the industry.
Yeah, and I think if you've got an advisor that you do trust already, then take their word for things more than, the estate agent, for example, that's trying to get you to use their advisor. Because I've had a case recently where the clients were told by the estate agents that I couldn't help. And then the clients rang me and said, oh, well, the estate agents have been in touch and said that you've said that you can't help. And I said, I'd never said such a thing. So, but of course, my clients, were very loyal to me, and they came and they told me what the estate agent had been saying. And, we managed to sort it all out. But just be really careful not to trust the word of everyone that you hear, because they are doing everything they can sometimes to get you as their client. And often they might not be trustworthy. So
yeah, and I think what is really important to mention is these relationships that these estate agents have, it will all be down to them earning a referral fee.
Yeah.
So the mortgage advisor they're pushing will almost certainly give them a referral fee. The solicitor they're pushing will almost certainly give them a referral fee. So they're not doing it for the customer's best interest. They are doing it because they want to earn a bigger piece of the pie. So always be mindful and just think, are they doing this in my best interest, or is there something in it for them? Because certainly with my clients, and I've had some of the same clients for 14 years now, and those clients will come back to me time and time again, and they wouldn't do anything without checking with me first. And I think as an advisor, that is one of the massive compliments that you can be paid, that somebody won't do anything without asking you first and checking with you and saying, is this right?
Yeah.
And clients and loyal clients are a godsend to any business.
Yeah.
So what you're really saying is cheapest is not always the best. The most expensive ain't always the best. It's what works for you. It's the personality between each other, the trust that you install within each other. That's the best person that you feel to go to, who's going to get you the best option and the best price and the best product on the market.
Yeah, based on your own individual circumstances, without any other agenda. The only agenda for your advisor should be your welfare, your family's welfare, making sure that it's affordable now and for the long term, because your home is such a a massive part of your situation that you need to make sure that everything's done properly.
Yeah.
And you've also got them there for an after service. The last thing you want is for someone to push you into using this advisor so you can get free carpets, and then they ditch you off.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh no, we only deal with new people. We don't want to look after you now. So I think it's really important to choose your advisor wisely and choose for life. So
Yeah.
I mean, yes, circumstances change and your friend might become qualified, but I think as a whole, once you've got someone you trust, there is absolutely no reason why you can't stay with that advisor for the rest of your days.
Yeah, exactly. And like you've said, if someone's really pushing you to use, the advisor and estate agents or, a housing company, then they are more than likely they've got a reason for it, and it won't be to benefit you as the client, it will be to benefit them. So just really
the free
mindful.
carpets have to be paid for somewhere along the line.
Exactly. Exactly.
Fantastic. So that's it for today.
Yes, brilliant. Yes.
See you again soon.
Thank you.
One Roof Financial LLP is an appointed representative of Primis Mortgage Network, a trading name of First Complete Limited, which is authorised and regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority. Your home may be repossessed if you do not keep up repayments on your mortgage. We usually charge a fee for mortgage advice. The amount of the fee will depend upon your circumstances and will be discussed and agreed with you at the earliest opportunity.